Most visitors fall in love with the French capital, Paris. But the French Open proved problematic for Roger Federer. The tournament, commonly known as Roland Garros, is the only one of the 4 Grand Slam events to be played on clay, the game's slowest surface. Although his domination of Wimbledon underlined him as the best on grass, across the English Channel it was a different story. Federer made his debut there in 1999, but it would take him 7 years to reach the final. In 2006 he faced defending champion and Spanish sensation 19-year-old Rafael Nadal, who had dominated the clay season.
You'll always run into a player who's just fitter or fresher or you know, just playing better on the day, you know, than you. And you have to be able to accept that.
The Spanish have always produced clay court specialists, and Nadal was the latest, outplaying Federer to retain his title. Nadal won 3-1, Federer's first defeat in a Grand Slam final.
If you're one of maybe the all-time greats, you'll always have pressure because people expect you to win every single tournament, which is just clearly not possible in tennis because of the knockout system.
Less than a month later, the two came face-to-face again in the final at Wimbledon. It was Nadal's first appearance in tennis's blue-ribboned match. He faced the task of preventing Federer becoming only the 3rd male to win the title 4 years running.
I wasn't too surprised to see Nadal in the finals, and we just played in the French Open finals. For me, it was my first time in the French Open finals against each other, and I played actually pretty good in that final, but still ended up losing. So I was actually very happy to finally got him on grass and not always have to play him on clay.
But on grass, it was a different story.
I started very, very well. I won the first set 6-love, and that against, you know, your biggest rival is the best start you could get. I kind of actually played all the way through very well and served out the game very nicely.
Federer had won his 4th consecutive Wimbledon singles title.
6-love, 7-6, 6-7, 6-3.
And the greatest men's tennis rivalry since Bjorn Borg and John McEnroe was blossoming.
Their rivalry is fantastic for the game of tennis. It's saved tennis in many ways because Roger was so good that he was in a league of his own and dominating too much. You need some great rivalries. It's certainly the interest for tennis around the world was sparked up by this young Spanish kid coming in.
In 2007, Nadal again defeated Federer in the final of the French Open. But just like the previous year, the Swiss didn't have long to wait for revenge. Wimbledon gave Federer the chance to equal the record of Bjorn Borg by winning the title 5 years in succession.
Of course, very happy that Bjorn Borg's around too, kind of following me closely because I could equal his record of 5, and it would be an absolute dream come true.
Federer took a 2-1 lead, but Nadal was much improved on grass. The Spaniard won the 4th set to take the match into a decisive 5th. But Federer showed his class, winning the set 6-2 to equal Borg's feat, achieved 27 years old.
Each one is special, no doubt, equaling Bjorn as well, so it's...
Nadal had to wait until the following year's French Open to take what was now becoming customary revenge. Federer lost to the Spaniard in the final for the 3rd year in succession.
I think rivalries are very important in tennis. You want to see the best two against each other all the time. Hopefully they're not that far apart, so it's actually a real match.
And the final of Wimbledon in 2008 was an epic. An astonishing rain-delayed match lasting nearly 5 hours saw Nadal triumph 9-7 in the final set. Federer's dream of a record 6th successive title was dashed.
After 2 sets all, he played fantastic, and the 5th set was, I think, one of the more emotional sets that I played in my in my career, and probably I never gonna play another.
Got a little late and everything, but look, Rafa's a deserving champion. He just played fantastically.
It's that grace in defeat which makes Federer an outstanding role model. His standing in the game saw him named as Goodwill Ambassador for children's charity UNICEF in 2006. His success on court means he's fated wherever he goes around the world.
I just try to be myself, you know, and myself is very honest and easygoing and fair play. You know, it's not something I try to actually do, it's just something that I am. And I also try to be a good role model for kids, you know, coming, you know, up and about and maybe becoming not only just a tennis player, but just getting into sports, you know, as a whole, because I think sports is a great tool in life. I try to portray that a little bit, I guess, you know, and of course I also like to, you know, because I've been #1 for so many years in tennis, I try to be the right ambassador too.
And that self-proclaimed ambassadorial role began during the Australian Open in 2004. His semi-final victory had made Federer #1 in the world for the first time in his career. In Melbourne at Flinders Park, he met unseeded Russian Marat Safin in the final. And Federer lived up to his #1 ranking, outplaying Safin to take the first 2 sets. Federer took the 3rd set and the title, and so began a record 237 consecutive weeks as world #1, a run that would last until August 2008.
At times, when I was at the top, I felt it was very easy, and then at other times I thought it was incredibly difficult, and it goes in phases. So I think it is very difficult to stay at the very, very top, whereas maybe in other sports it's, you know, it's not so extreme. So I think that definitely puts a lot of pressure on us players, and you know, I'm proud of what I've achieved, you know, in terms of weeks at #1.
During his record-breaking reign as world #1, he regained his Australian Open title in 2006. He defeated Marcos Baghdatis of Cyprus 3-1 to win his 7th Grand Slam title. Federer was establishing himself as one of the all-time greats of the game, a feat embraced by his nation.
Federer to Switzerland and to Swiss tennis is huge. I mean, his impact, he's the best athlete Switzerland has ever had and probably will ever have had, because there's no way that we can imagine anybody being in a real important sport being better from such a small country as we are.